I was thinking about how I could speak with people about free thought, or about the subject of atheism, religion, things like that with people. And I noticed that some people have an aloofness about you once they know that you're not religious, or you're not part of that, and you're not part of the traditional superstitions, so to speak. I'm not sure if sometimes it's worth it to talk to people unless they directly bring it up, but I'm always willing to have a conversation with people. Some people, though, they've never pondered much of anything about religion, the subject of religion, the religious history, and so it would be very difficult to have a deep conversation with certain people. So if you're aware that that's the situation, it's probably better not to really get into it too much, because you know what the end result will be. They just don't understand why you could even ponder such a thing. It isn't worth it to them. Why would you? Why would you bother? Why don't you just go about your life and never think about a thing? I think a lot of people, the problem with many people is thinking makes their head hurt. They don't like to think about much of anything. They want to just live their life and do what everybody else is doing, and life will continue to be happy that way. But that's not the case, because a lot of times their lives are filled with superstition. That affects their decision making, and it affects the way that they treat other people. It causes divisiveness, and I think it's really important for people like us to, whenever we have the opportunity, to maybe at least make an innuendo, or if the subject, if there is something brought up, to at least address it and ask the question, why? What is so dangerous about talking? What is so offensive about talking? I mean, if you have a rational conversation with someone and simply ask them, why do you feel the way that you do? Especially if somebody asks me how I feel, I'm certainly more than willing to tell them how I feel about things. And I think that that is probably the core problem for people who are non-believers or atheists or agnostics. That's the core problem. A lot of times they'll avoid a conversation that they would love to talk about for fear of creating stress or creating a problem. And it shouldn't be considered a problem to discuss the topic of free thought, anything having to do with religion. It shouldn't be a problem. And the quest for truth, the quest for knowledge, not the quest for I want answers that fit my tradition. I want answers, I want to make up things so that I want to get along with everybody and just go along. No, that shouldn't be the way that people live their lives. People should always be concerned about seeking truth, and even if something's a little against the grain, be willing to discuss that and move forward with their lives, move forward with the topic of free thought. What is it that they fear? It's simply knowledge and the discussion of subjects involving that whole topic. It shouldn't be a problem to discuss it. And I hope you have a great day, and nice to see you all. This is Rhonda 9, and I'll see you around.